Hey everyone, in this video, we're going to be talking about the data panel and browser in Fusion. Now, if you're just getting started with Fusion and you open up Fusion for the first time, the first thing that you really should understand is where your data is going to be saved. Now, Fusion is a cloud-enabled program, meaning that the program itself is local on your computer, but some of the functionalities, such as the data sets, are going to be stored on the cloud. There's also functionality like solving generative design and simulation studies, as well as other access to tools that happen on the cloud, but for the purposes of our video, let's focus on the data. So, first thing that we want to do is access what's called our data panel. We're going to click Show Data Panel, and we'll be able to see all of the projects that are listed in our current team hub. Now, that's another thing that's important is when you first set up your Autodesk account, you'll be prompted to set up a team hub. Now, if you have an older Fusion license, then you might still have what's called a single user hub. Make sure that you do navigate to your hubs at the very top and make sure that you are on a team account. And once we're here, everything that we see below us is going to be our list of projects. Now, if you have a default setup, then currently you have what's called project level access. If you invite anybody to collaborate on a project, they'll have access to all the data that's underneath that inside of the subfolders. We're going to walk through some of the different settings that we have, but to get started, I'm going to go into a project. I'm going to navigate to some subfolders, and inside of my subfolders, I'll eventually get to where my data sets are stored. Now, the subfolders is really going to come down to user preferences and how you organize your designs. I like to use subfolders underneath my projects, and now with Fusion, we have what's called folder level permissions. So if you are organizing your projects in this way, you can control who has access to which parts of your project by using those folder level permissions. Now, when we're inside of our data panel, there are a couple of important things here. First, at the top, we've got people and data. This is going to tell us who has access to our project and also the data inside of it. We have some settings here that allow us to do things like sort by name or last updated. We can change the view if we want a larger thumbnail view, and we can also create what's called an offline cache. Creating an offline cache of a project means that anytime you work in Fusion, you'll be storing the versions of that design locally on your machine. Now, this is a great way to ensure that you can still work on your design even if you don't have an internet connection for some reason. If you happen to lose that connection while Fusion's running, you can continue to work and it'll save that local cache for you. And the next time the connection is restored, then you'll have an updated design in your data panel. Now let's take a look at our design. There's a version at the bottom right-hand corner of our design, and if we expand that, we'll get additional information on that design. When it was last updated, older versions, which can be opened, or milestones can be created. If we open an older version, we can also save it as the most current. This gives us a lot of flexibility when exploring design ideas. We also have sections for things like uses. Now, if there are externally referenced designs, such as in this industrial framing nailer, then we'll be able to see those designs and we'll be able to open them and make changes. If this design was used in another design as an external reference, then we can see that in used in, as well as any detailed drawings. We also have the option to view an individual design on the web, an entire subfolder, project, or the entire team hub. For this, let's go ahead and view details on the web. When we're viewing a design on the web, there are a couple of key areas that we want to pay attention to. First, the versions. We can show only milestones if we've saved a specific milestone for a design, and we can also pick which versions that we want to see. If we go to an older version of a design, we'll be able to see any changes that it may have been made. We can also see when specific components may have been updated. Now, in version 3 of the industrial framing nailer, we can see that the exhaust vent component was set at version 49 out of 50, meaning that this component was updated when we went to version 4. Now, as we look at each of these individual components, we can click on them, see an overview, and get additional information. But more importantly, we can also see components that are listed in our view. We can see specific properties of that component, and we can also view this in 3D. When viewing a design in 3D on the web, we have access to a couple of handy tools. For example, we can measure specific portions of our design. We can even explore the design by expanding the design tree. And if you do have simulation data or manufacturing data, you'd see this up here as well. If we want to take a closer look at the framing nailer assembly, maybe drill down a little bit further and only took a look at the internal mechanisms, we can do that by identifying which components we want to look at. In this case, I'm going to add a comment. And I'm going to ask the user to review green pin. Now we can zoom in a little bit. And notice that the picture or the image that we see here with the comment is showing that green pin. We can also add annotations if we need to mark up a design. If I want to highlight the pin and select Save, then I'll be able to save an image of that with the annotations. Now, in our case, I'm going to go back to the top level, and when I click on the annotation, you'll notice that it shows me where we were circling. If I click on the original comment, you'll also notice that it changes the opacity, showing the deeper level of those components. Now, all this information is metadata that's stored with our design. But this isn't the only thing that we can do when we're viewing these designs on the web. We can also share by creating a share link. We can download them in many different formats. We can also create copies, move, or delete them. But let's go back a little bit further to the top of this project. Now, inside of our project, we can see all of the subfolders. We can see project members and if we're using wiki pages, but keep in mind that wiki pages are not available if you move to folder level permissions. We can create new folders, upload designs directly here, and even see information about our project. Now, there are a couple of different types of projects inside of Fusion. You can see here that we can have open projects, which any team member can access, closed, which only invited members can access, or secret, where only invited members can even see the project in the data panel. And the newest is folder level permissions. If we upgrade to folder level permissions, we cannot revert back, so make sure that you do a little bit of research and figure out if that's the right option for you. Folder level permissions will allow us to create users that have access to only data in subfolders of a project rather than all the data in that project. If we jump back a little bit further to the top level of this team hub, we can take a look at projects, and in this case, looking at only pinned projects. On the far right-hand side, we can convert our project type to include folder level permissions. We can also transfer it to another hub, or we can archive it, which will take it out of our team hub, but it'll put it in an archived state. So that's going to be a basic overview of the data panel and browser in Fusion. Now, these are various locations where we can view, upload, delete, and share our designs. And keep in mind that the designs are going to be the core aspect of the software. So once you're comfortable with where the data is saved and how you access it, you can begin creating your own complex designs.